Hello students of class 9th to 12th, children and parents of students studying from classes 9 to 12. I have changed my address because it was afterthought that the formative years start from your 9th standard only. The students have to prepare, have to start thinking about their career from 9th onwards. So that's why it is important that every student from 9th onwards should see these videos and should find out their likes and dislikes, concentrate on their strengths and weaknesses, and focus on the career they want to pursue since beginning itself. Today, in this series of mine, after 12th what? Soumya is with me, MNCs in Gurgaon. She has experience of work and she is having basically doing the technology work and she is working on computers. So let's hear from Soumya itself. How was her journey? So Soumya, welcome to my channel. What after 12?
Yeah. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me at your channel. My pleasure to come and guide the students for their future and for their further studies. Okay, so myself, Soumya, and first of all, thank you for having me at your channel. And I hope you all are keeping safe in this pandemic. So yeah, okay, so I'll start the video.
Yeah. Soumya, so thank you so much for being with us and to brief my students about your career journey so that it is, I'm sure that it is going to help them in choosing their career itself. Okay, so let's begin with your schooling. I want to ask what were the subjects you had offered for your 12th and how you came to know about the technical institutes and what all entrance examination you gave after 12th.
So okay, I'll start with the school thing. I'm originally from Kanpur. So I did my schooling, my 10th and 12th in a very reputed school from Kanpur. I did it from ICSE board. So I had in class 12th, I had PCM, physics, chemistry, maths, along with computer science. Okay. Since I was always like I had a keen interest in computers and technology. So I opted for computer science in 12th. And I was very much sure about the engineering field. Like I got guidance from my father and from other, family friends and all. They guided me to go for engineering, seeing my interest in, like technology and other things. So I opted for PCM along with computer science. Then I cleared 12th, and in to like I started my preparation for engineering exams, engineering entrance exam, and I joined the coaching from class 11th on itself. Like I joined FITZE. It's a very famous reputed coaching. I joined FITZE Kanpur for preparing for entrance. That was not related to the board. It was related to the entrance exams. So I managed both the things parallelly, the school, the board exams, and the coachings. So then there were like 3 exams which I gave after 12th. The first one was IIT JEE, then it was AIEEE, and the third was UPTU, which was the state university exam. Since I'm from UP, so I gave that exam. So I cleared UPTU with a good rank and with good marks. So I decided to choose a college amongst the UPTU list of colleges. So then there was like I always like I went for the counseling for UPTU. I secured a good rank, and then I went for the counseling of colleges in UPTU. And they give you then there is this option of choosing the branch. So they give you the branch according to your marks in the exam. That is what is called counseling. Okay, so if you clear any entrance exam that is related to engineering, then you have to go for this counseling. If you have to choose, like if you're going for BTech, for the BTech graduation degree. So I was like offered electronics and communication branch in JSS Noida. It's a semi-government college in Noida, and I opted for BTech electronics and communication.
Thank you so much, Soumya, for briefing us about your schooling. So let me revise for my students that Soumya offered PCM, that is physics, chemistry, and maths with computer science. So here comes a new option, because earlier too we have taken the merchant navy, that is marine engineering, and the field of commerce. So Soumya is having a new field. So all students who have taken computer science, this video is for you. So she took computer science and PCM, and she scored, she said she did her 12th from ICSE board, and after that she gave entrance test like JE, then AIEEE, and then UPTU. UPTU, as she said, that it is state-wise universities. So UPTU is the Uttar Pradesh Technology University. So there she got a very good rank, and based on the percentage, the state colleges, they shortlist you and they call you for counseling. So she got a call from JSS, and this institute she got call from, and they offered her electronics with communication. That is, she, based on her percentage, this was the stream of engineering she was offered to, and she joined that institute. Okay, Soumya, till now it's very nice, smooth going. Now tell us about your college life.
Okay, fine. So yeah, then I was offered electronics, and then I joined the college in 2012. Okay, so BTech is actually, let me brief you about this degree. It's a 4-year degree, and see, first year and it has 8 semesters. Like per year you have 2 semesters. Okay, so the first year is common to all the branches. There are a lot of branches. They have computer science, they have information technology, then they have EC, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, all the branches they have. Okay, so like first year is common to every branch. Okay, and then in that branch, see, since I wanted to go for IT technology in my future. So I was like, I studied computer science in first year as well. It has all the subjects are common and all the branches are taught to you. Okay, so then then you have your okay, let me tell about the exams also. Then you have these, like per semester you have your exams that includes written, practicals. Okay, then you have this internal test. Attendance is a major issue in every college, like for BTech. So all these things you have to be taken care of once you enter an engineering college. Okay, then there came third year. Okay, in third year you have to go for a training. This is like mandatory for all the engineering students. In third year, every year you get a 2 months break, like a summer break. You get in school. So that sort of a break you get in college as well. So that time you have to complete a training according to your branch. Okay, so since I was in electronics branch, so for that mandatory thing, I did a course and a training in robotics from BRICS IIT Kanpur. Okay, and since I had my interest in computer and technology, I also did a Java training from Microsoft Kanpur. So this was the certifications. These certifications actually, if you're in an engineering college, then I must suggest that these trainings and these certifications, which you do like side from your studies, these help you a lot. So I did these things, and in the final year, then you have to do a internship. That I did in a power plant, because since I was in a electronics field, so I did from a power plant in Kanpur.
Thank you so much, Soumya, for taking us to your college life. And as you said, that it is 4 years course comprising of 8 semesters. And you said that as per your percentage, you were offered electronics with communication. but your inclination was more towards computer science. And the good thing you said was that in first year, they teach you introduction or they give you information, the basics of all streams of engineering. So in that, you took more interest in computer science because that was your field of interest. And after completion of 2 years successfully, in third year, you said that you have to go for training. And in that training, you went to IIT Kanpur and you did robotics, that is from BRICS. And at the same time, simultaneously, you did learn Java language also from Microsoft because that was your interest. And you thought that that is going to help you in getting a job in technology field. So that
Yes.
was a very right choice for you because ultimately you land up in IT only. So very nice journey till now. And after completion, tell us about the campus interviews. Give my students the feel of the campus interviews. What are they all about and what are the procedures they follow and how do they select candidates for their companies whenever these MNCs are visiting these institutes?
Okay. So, okay, then these campus interviews, they start in the seventh semester, which is like the first semester of your final year. Okay. The companies start coming that time itself, and that process goes on for the entire year. But it continues until and unless you're not placed, it continues for the entire years. Okay. Every company has their different procedure of recruitment and of selecting students amongst the group, amongst the lot. Okay. First of all, you have to have a score of 65% above in your entire BTech. Okay, the first criteria to sit in a company is that you should score 60 or 65, I think 65% above in your BTech exams. Or if you have the pointer thing, then it should be above 7 pointer. If you have, like, different colleges have different things. So I had 72, so I was eligible for that. Then there is this written exam. See, the written exam is just aptitude. Okay, you'll have basic maths question, you'll be having reasoning questions, and you'll be having English questions. Okay, then there is this minimum that will take place in your college itself, and you will be competing with your colleagues, like with your co fellows itself. So you will be giving this exam, and then there will be a cutoff decided based on your college performance. They'll shortlist you in the written exam. Then there will be like then there is a GD, group discussion. Okay. So for that, you have to like sit among 7 to 8 people, your college mates only, and there will be a common topic given, nothing technical, just a common, current affairs topic or any hot topic going in the market. So that is given to you, and you have to give your point of view. Two people will be sitting in the panel, and they'll be judging you, and they'll be giving you marks accordingly. Then you have to clear this GD as well. Then comes the interview round. So see, every company has like minimum 2 rounds. So like in every round, there will be like 3 to 4 people in the panel taking your interview. You have to carry your CV along with your full mark sheets and everything. Then when you enter the technical round, they'll ask you about, computer science. Since it's a IT company, so they'll ask you about your computer science knowledge, about the languages, about the technology. See, when I cleared when I was in this interview process, so this Java was like, very, it was very famous in market. So I learned Java. These days it is Python, big data, many languages have come. You can choose any. They'll ask you your preference. Okay, they always ask your preference, that which language do you prefer or which language do you know. So I opted for Java. They took my interview in Java. They even asked me to write some short programs, some short codings, in Java. Then you have to clear that technical round. After that comes the management and the HR, which are the easiest. Management is just about your curriculum and about what extracurricular activities you have gone through in your college life, because that is also essential for a person's personality to groom, right? So that in that way also you have to be active in your college, right? You have to take part in your fest and everything, because the company just not only sees the technical things, it sees your full personality, how active you are apart from your studies as well. You must be having some hobbies, you must be having some, which you have to pursue. Then the third round was HR round. It is like the easiest. Like I tell you my experience, the HR asked me about the recipe of a pasta. And if you answer that, then they'll clear it for you. So the third round is like, it all depends on your confidence. See, all I want to say is that if you're confident and if you have like, if you have cleared the technical thing, then the other two rounds are just your confidence and your personality. You can easily mold the interview according to yourself. So like this way I cleared it, and then the office life then started.
Very nice, Soumya. Very nicely you have explained in elaborate way that how these campus interviews are conducted and how candidates are selected by these multinational companies. Let me revise for my students. You said first is the written like they come, and the first requirement is that you should be having 65 or above percentage in your BTech. Then only you are eligible for sitting for these campus interview. And they took the written exam, and written exam you said was comprising of reasoning, English language, and normal general, no technical, nothing much of technical things. And then after clearing, they shortlisted the candidates who have cleared the written test, and then you were given a topic on which you had to discuss in group discussion. And you said that topic was also not technical, it was a general current affairs topic, and they just want to see that how nicely can you put your opinion forward in front of others. Then it was once they, after that, they shortlisted candidates after completion of this group discussion round. And then you said the personal interview in 3 rounds. So 3 times you had to face the personal interview. And you said the first one was the toughest one. That was the technical round. And once you have cleared that, the other two are just for they observe your personality, your confidence, and your overall focusing on the issues. So you said the first was technical and the second was management and HR. So once the candidate is able to clear the first round, it is not difficult for him or her to clear the other 2 rounds as well. But that depends on the team which is observing and which is taking the interview. Because you have to impress them, then only you are selected. And that depends on many things, your personality, your confidence, and everything. Okay, now, how many years have you put?
See, I have completed 4.5 years.
So now with your experience of 4.5 years, let my students know about the good points. What are the good points with generally with the MNCs?
Okay. So then after, clearing the interview and the round, then your last year is full of fun. So you can enjoy and treat yourself. So after that, when the college ends, then you will automatically receive a update from your company about the joining. Okay. Initially, they'll give you they give you, every MNC give you a module to complete. That module comprises of few technologies, like it would be WBTs. Those are like web-based trainings. Okay, you have to complete those trainings. It will be on Java, Python, all the languages which are current in the market. What you have to do is you just have to watch the videos, and then you have to learn through the videos, and then you have to answer those questions which will come at the end of the video. So those are full WBTs. As soon as you complete these WBTs, then the sooner you complete these, the sooner your offer letter, your joining letter comes. So then there is this deadline after this, college thing. You have to complete that, and then the sooner you complete it, you'll get through you get your joining letter, and then you'll get the location to join. After that, you will be offered your base location where you have to work. They will ask for your preferences as well. They will give you three preferences for your base location. I, of course, preferred Delhi because my family is in Delhi. So I was offered Delhi. They consider your choice and they give you, most probably they give you your first choice itself. So choose wisely there. So then I was offered in Delhi. I joined this Gurgaon office, and then what happens is when you join an office, then for initially you sit in bench. Like bench, I'll explain what it is. Bench is like when you are not offered any project. Okay, what happened when you join? Then there are different clients. Like there are thousands of clients. Every client has a full team working in the office. Okay, there is this manager, there are leads, there are project leads, there are group leaders. So every, like, they are formed according to the clients. Okay, so when I joined, when you join, you are at bench, you will get calls from different, client teams, which are sitting in the office. According to your technical skills, first the interview will happen with the project lead, and then if the project lead finds you suitable for any requirement in his team for the client, then he will offer you his project. Else, even if you are not offered, then there is no point of getting disheartened. Once, like one day or the other, you will be offered a project. It is not something that you are removed from the company or something. It takes time, maybe 10 days or a month, but so like sooner or later, you will be offered a project. Okay, I'll explain a brief about how a IT firm works. See, any team, any project in which you are working, it is divided into three modules basically. First is the development, second is the testing, and third is the deployment, source management. Okay. See, development team is people of developers who are working, who develop codes, who write codes according to the business requirements, according to the client's requirements. They develop code in any particular language in which your client is offering. See, my client is offering Java, so the development team in my project works in Java. Okay, they write the code. Then this code is to be compiled and deployed on a server. That is done by the deployment team. So what happens? I take code from the developers, I compile the code, and then I deploy it on the server, and I take care of the full server. Like, there are different servers, like WAS server, JBoss server, Apache server. So all these servers, these work on the functionalities, different functionalities. So this thing has to be managed by the deployment team. Once the code is deployed, then there are testers, the testing team, who test the functionality, who test the user interface, like a application, general application which you open in your mobile phone or something, it is working. So initially it is tested by the testers at their end, and when once they approve the thing, only then it is shown to the client. This way IT firms work, and this way a project or a client works. Also, one more thing I need to add is that there are these internal exams, so that way they increase your package, they increase your salary, they give you more perks.
Thank you so much, Soumya, for giving us such details about the IT firms, how they work. But first of all, let me revise it for my students and tell them that your studies don't end at your institute. Immediately after your recruitment, you are required to complete modules. And modules, you said, these are like online courses. You will be shown videos, you will be given the content of the course, and then you will be given the questionnaire also, and you have to clear that. And for all these online courses, because now everybody is familiar with online courses, even we are having online courses, so everybody knows how to complete an online course, and then you have a deadline, you have to clear your course by that deadline. And after getting the placement, you said you have to be in bench. So bench, what I can understand for a as a non-technical person, that it is a waiting area where you are sitting and you are kept waiting, so that they will come to know about your interest and about your focus skill, technical skill, where they can employ you. So this bench, then from bench you will be called for the project, and then you said then again there are stairs to climb up. The first step is developers, then the deployment, and then the testing. So presently you are in the deployment team, and you said the project lead is there. It's a teamwork. So very, very interesting it was to learn everything about the IT firm. But my question is still pending, the good points about MNCs.
Yeah. See, MNCs are, if I consider the COVID situation right now, so MNCs are best to work with because you can work from home and your salary is not deducted anytime. Because there in this time, if people are losing jobs and all, so you have a secure job and you can work it from anywhere. You can work from mountains, from home, from anywhere, just to have a good internet connectivity and your company's laptop. So yeah, job security is a very good point. And then it is like personally what I feel is that you are always connected to the technology and with the digital world. So if a person who has this keen interest, see, it all matters on interest and your choices. If you have interest in technologies and if you are keen to learn about new things, new languages, then this field is like best for you because you are always in touch with the digital world, with the technologies coming, emerging daily technologies. So that way, it is a very good point to work with. Also, this corporate, it is a corporate job. So this corporate culture, this MNC culture is a nice thing to experience, although we cannot experience it nowadays because of work from home. But then when you're in office, you have to follow that decorum. So you get that full fledged feeling of, like working in a corporate culture. You're independent, you get to have that independent feeling and all other things. Oh, and of course the hikes and the perks, they are all very good. I can like the salary structure they have designed very perfectly. You get insurance and everything, health insurance and everything, so everything is like secured. So it is like always a pleasure to work in such environment.
So nice, Soumya. It's very good to see you very happy. And so
Yeah.
I can convey this feeling of yours to my students that yes, is employee friendly farm where the employees are very happy with their salary, with their working culture. And you said you are getting the global interaction, the global network is there. And you said that there is a chance to learn. So you people have to keep on updating. It's with every field, though it is with every field these days. You have to keep on updating yourself, otherwise you cannot survive in the organization. Now let's not forget about the challenges, because challenges are everywhere. So just brief my students about challenges as well.
Okay, so coming to the challenges of the IT firm, see, one challenge is like very typical, which is like that you have to be in continuous touch with the technology and with the languages. Since, every year I must say a new language is emerging. When I joined TCS, Java was current. Now in 3, 4 years, it is like Python has come, big data has come, Hadoop has come. So everything you have to be updated, and if you have to switch and you have to have good promotions and clear good exams, even within your organization or outside your organization, then you have to have a complete knowledge of any of the new languages. So this is one challenge which I face because it is all the time it seems tough to manage work as well as learning new technologies for your personal growth. So this is one thing. And the other challenges which I face is like the job, the nature of job is typical, like it is a full mental stress job. You have no physical activity. So it is just like people do face a lot of like some health issues, maybe the eyesight or the other issues, the back issues, or maybe. So this, because all the time sitting in the chair and working in your laptop can cause you some stress, of course. I won't say a lot of stress, but some stress, yes. So then you have to go through, like, then you have to practice some meditation or some exercises to overcome that. If you have interest, then of course this is a best job to explore with.
Very nicely explained, Soumya, that challenges are there, and for you, you said because challenges depend from person to person. How you take, what is your resilience power, that depends how you are taking your challenges. And you said, as you said, that it is the mental stress and the physical inactivity because you have to keep on sitting on a chair, and the screen time is so much that it may affect your eyesight and your health issues. So that these are the challenges in your view about this job, nature of this job, and you are coping with them very well. And so I think all girls of India, the bright girls of India, will cope up. So no need to worry. I want to convey this to my girl students especially, that see, here is Soumya in front of you, a live example. So I want to see all girls of India going high and climbing the stairs of success in different reputed firms, MNCs of India. So we wish you all the very best. And if I'm missing something, please let us know. If you feel that there is something missing you want to convey to my students, please go ahead.
No, I think I have already, expanded my discussions. Because this is something, if you start speaking about your experiences and about your job, then it is a never ending topic, and I think you can talk full day, full night about it, because there are a lot of experiences to share. All I would say is that IT is the best job with for people with interest, but it can be a bad job, a stressful job for people with no interest. So my suggestion is that if you have interest in computer sciences, in languages, then this job is the best. But yeah, but if it is like, if you're like, because people say that if you have PCM or something, then engineering is the only option. No, it is not like that. There are a lot of options which you should and you can explore based on your interest. It all matters on your interest, your perceptions, your priorities. So according to them, you should choose wisely, because this can be a stress. I have seen some of my colleagues having, who have done BTech and engineering in peer pressure or in their family pressure, and then now they are like full frustrated. So it is not a demotivational something which I'm putting in. It's just that you should have this, interest, and you should have to have this going on. You should have a continuous touch with the technology and with the languages. So that way, I think it is the best
Oh,
to
so yeah,
end this way.
very nice, very nicely you said that, yes. And at the end of the day, everything depends on your interest, and everything depends
Yes.
what you want to do. So always do what you want to do, not that you have to do. And another thing,
Yes.
I missed one question that is very important as far as girls are concerned. I want to ask you that how safe these farms are as far as girls are concerned, because this may be the issue with the parents of my girl students. So please tell us frankly that how safe these farms are, and what is the job environment you experience, and is there any gender discrimination you have ever faced?
Okay. Yeah, that is a very nice question, I must say, because for the girls' parents, even my parents were concerned for this. But yeah, Okay, I must say that the environment in these MNCs is like a very great environment to work with. Be it boys or be it girls, I hardly feel any difference in, this gender biased thinking. I have never found in my organization. It all depends on your capabilities, on your on your way of working. It even, in companies you have increments every year, you have appraisals every year. It all depends on your working way. It all depends on your targets, on your capabilities. There is no such gender discrimination. Every firm these days have designed some or the other, clauses. The HR has made the policies like, in my organization it is POSH, which is like prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. So if you feel anything is happening to you and you feel any gender discrimination, you can immediately file a POSH case within your organization to that person, and that person will be inquired, and if he is found guilty, he will be thrown out of the company immediately. So they have made and designed very nice rules for girls and for every employee. I say it is not only for girls, because these days even boys face, challenges. So it is designed for everybody, and there is all this, appraisal, the growth. It all depends on you, on your capabilities. There is no gender discrimination, and there is no any such sort of I'll say like harassment at the workplace.
Very nice. I'm relieved to get this answer from you that all our girls are safe there in the job environment of these MNCs in India. And another thing you said that there is no such kind as gender discrimination. You get your promotions, you get your allowances and perks as per your work, as per your capability and capacities, not as per your.
Also,
So that's a very good.
Also, one point I would add, for girl employees, they even provide you cabs if you're working late, or they even provide, and the cab is fully secured, and it has another, like it gives you, the cab gives you a security guard as well, the driver as well as a security guard, which drops you home. So even if you have some deadline, because if you're working with foreign clients, then the time, there is this time difference. So sometime you might have to work late. Even I have worked late, like at around 9 or 10. I have worked till these many hours in my office. So then I have been provided proper safe cabs to my home. They'll drop you, they'll give you a call. The HR will give you a call after dropping, that have you reached safely or not. So this way, I must appreciate that these policies are designed in a very good way, excellent way, I must say.
Very nice. So you mentioned about the cab also to drop you if you are working late hours, because as per your job requirement with the foreign clientele. So
Yes.
that's very nice. And everything is good. Just give us a feel of the salary package, the lump sum package. I'm not
Yeah.
asking yours. I'm asking the
Yeah.
initial package and the promotions, on promotions, what would be the raise in the salary?
Okay. So initially, see, when you start with these MNCs, which are like mass recruiters also, when you start with these companies, they offer you somewhere between 4 to 5 LPA per annum. Okay. Initially. Then every year there is this increment which happens, annual increment, that is based upon your performance. Like in my company, you will be awarded a band. It's like A, B, C, like a grade band. So if you are excellent in your work, you will be awarded a A band and you'll be having the highest hike. Okay. If you are awarded B, then a medium hike, and C is of course the last. So this way they follow the appraisal, and this band is given by your lead or by your manager. Okay. Yeah, so this way they give you the appraisals, and every year you get some hike, maybe between 10 to 12% per year, I'll say. And yeah, then on completing 4 years, you will be having your first promotion, which is as I from system engineer to IT analyst, which I have been now promoted to. Also, if you give the internal exams, like which I gave, then I got my salary package doubled. So even there are exams which can give you 100% hike or a full double of your salary package. So then of course your package can reach between to 10 to 12. So this way you can have a good hike, or you can, have a good growth. Or else there are like other exams also, which will not even, which might not give you 100% hike but might give you 50%. These exams are all designed by HR to keep their employees, retained in the firm. Because if you are not providing, good salaries and good packages, then of course people will switch to other companies. So this is a good package design. The salary structure is also designed very nice. You have all the allowances, the city allowance, the house rent allowance, everything you have. So of course, yeah, the salary package for starting is good. When you get to earn more, you learn more, you get to earn more. This is the full mantra of,
Soumya,
working.
and you seems to be satisfied with salary part as well. Very nice. And you said the initial package is 4 to 5 lakhs per annum, and the learning never stops. It depends on the courses, internal courses, which are designed for you by your HRs. And if you keep on qualifying them, you will keep on getting the increments and the promotion. So thank you so very much for all the detailed information about your job, about your career. And I think it is going to act as a morale booster for all the girls watching there. And buck up, and not only girls, it is not for the girls, but I'm bucking up the girls because yes, here is Soumya in front of us doing all these things. So all the more it will act as a morale booster for my girl students, and I'm wishing very best for them and as well as for you. So wish you a bright future ahead. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming and giving your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you and to your students. I hope this helps them. And, anything which helps somebody is like a boom. So, yeah, of course.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for having me.
If anybody is having any question for Soumya, they can always write in comment box. Thank you so much, Soumya.
Thank you.